For a very long time, I know for me, especially growing up, there was the hustle culture. There was the always be working and never sleeping. There was the you must be doing something or you're doing nothing. And if you're not doing anything, then you're slacking in life and you're not going to get forward. You're not going to get ahead in life. And for a long time, I could be that person. Like, especially when I was in my early 20s, even maybe into my late 20s, I could be that person that moved, that was constantly going, that worked. Um, but I'm starting to realize that that is not beneficial to my mind, body, and soul at any age, even at that age. Even though I had the energy to do so, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was the best thing to do for me. Now, of course, we're not going to go back in time and get on ourselves that we didn't rest more in our 20s. That was then, or whatever age, or, our early time when we have more energy. That is then, that no longer matters. We are exactly where we need to be, and that was exactly what it needed to be then. But no matter what age you are at now, regardless if you have the energy or not, it is very important for us to listen to our bodies when it comes to resting. Now, what is rest? We know that rest is getting sleep at night. That is a form of rest. But there are also other forms of rest that I think that we kind of overlook, or that we don't take full advantage of because of how society looks at them. So the rest, we know naps, we know sleeping at night. But there are things like sitting around and not doing anything for an hour or so, stopping that creative process for maybe a week or two, not having any output for a bit. Because when we are constantly in our process, in our flow, our brains are working. Even if you're not in a creative process right now of output of something, you're still likely in a growth period of your life. That's also exhausting. Managing your own growth, which is something that we probably all overdo. We should just be going with the flow. But let's be honest, a lot of us, like myself, manage our growth, and that can become exhausting. So it's important to listen to, again, the body when it is time to rest, and have compassion with the rest being maybe longer, maybe looking like nothing's happening, maybe just being not what you expected. That's what I'm working on. That's what it looks like for me. So, what is it about rest that society doesn't like? I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Like, because I think the automatic thought process when you're resting is don't do too much of it. Like, if you don't do something, you got to be always doing something. If you don't do something, you're not good enough. And that's kind of where I'm battling right now. Is I have just put up boundaries, serious boundaries, with people that I love in my life. And before those boundaries were put up, I was getting to a point of physical, mental exhaustion, which caused me to finally stop and say, hey, I need to put boundaries up. Um, but so now I'm in a place of rest. All of that energy that it took to actually go through that exhaustion, to even put up boundaries and keep those boundaries is exhausting. It's an energy. It's work. It's doing things. And it sounds bad when we say things like work, but it's just what it is. It's energy and movement. So right now I haven't been putting out as creatively, and sometimes I'm human, so sometimes I don't have that compassion with myself, but then I have to go back. I don't have to. Then I choose to go back and remind myself that I'm exactly where I need to be, that I am allowed to rest. We are allowed to rest. And that rest doesn't have to look like anything that anybody else would feel is acceptable. It only needs to look like what our body needs. And my body needs to stop outputting as much, to allow a reset so that when I am in my momentum again, when you are in the flow again, it's you're rested. You're there. You have your juice again. You have that drive again. Um so if you I think a lot of us are at this point right now where we're resting and receiving. So if you are, I'm just making this video to say, like, don't let that be what other people think it should look like. And some don't even let it be what you think it should look like. Don't put any hard stipulations on your own rest. If you feel like you are not in the position to rest without ever coming out of rest, you're being too hard on yourself. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're being too hard on yourself. You have full capability of resting and coming out of it at some point. It's all about your internal wants and drive for yourself. Don't think that just because you're allowing yourself to rest in a space and time that appears longer than what you think it should look like, that you can never overcome. You can overcome. Oh, I feel like something's in my eye. Sorry, guys. A little buggy, probably. I'm under a tree. You can overcome. You can get back up. It's all dependent on what you want internally. So don't let rest be the excuse of why you don't get the amount of rest that your body needs. Don't let that, I won't come back from it, be the excuse, because you will. You will do that if you really want to. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, you can. You can do that. You can download an app to say in a week, check in with, do a countdown, and a countdown app. In a week, check in with yourself. Where are you at? Are you still resting? Is it, because the other thing is when you just allow without accountability for yourself, it does make it harder to come back up. But when you kind of check in with yourself and hold yourself accountable, do those little alarms and just say, hey, where am I at? Oh, okay, I'm still in a resting period. Is this conducive to, I don't know if that was the right word. Words, guys, I'm working on. So sometimes I'm gonna throw some words out there that are gonna be like, I don't know if that's right. But is this good? Is this beneficial to my growth? Am I still in a state of rest that's beneficial? Yeah. No, I think I've noticed I've been resting for like 3 months and I could probably come out of rest. Or maybe I could just do something small because momentum also will probably likely need to be built when you're coming out of rest. And sometimes the body automatically will start to build that momentum on its own. A lot of times it will, if we allow it, you'll notice that you're doing one thing here, one thing there, like you're coming out of it. But if you feel like it's been like 6 months, it's been a year, it's been 2 years, and I've been resting for a bit, let me add sprinkles of momentum, like give myself momentum. Like you can do that. But just take it easy, guys. Like don't pressure yourself. Don't put stipulation on yourself. Don't allow society and what society thinks or what other people think around you to take away from the rest that your body needs. And if you're going to take a rest, rest. Don't rest and fill that with other things that are making your mind and your body go. Like, don't allow rest. Allow it to be what it is. Allow it to be nothingness. Allow it to be just simple things that you can manage without using a lot of energy, whether it be mental or physical energy. Okay, guys, I hope this helps someone, and I love you. I will see you guys in the next video.